For the latest Blu-ray and DVD reviews, including videos and interviews, check out Trashmen Media at www.trashmenmedia.com, as well as on Twitter and Facebook.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Coming to you through the electrical impulses of the internet, it's F That Noise. Featuring Mike Burdick, Keith Reeve, Jamie Klein, Pete Melia, and Steve Taylor. It is episode 7, nice and 7, of F That Noise.
All the boys.
All the boys are back.
The boys are back.
Don't start singing Thin Lizzy, otherwise we're going to get a copyright infringement.
Damn it. Like anyone knows fucking Thin Lizzy.
They should.
Good point.
Like any of them know the law.
Nobody knows the law.
I am the law.
Here. All right, I am Keith Grieve here with Mike Burdick.
Hello.
Steve Taylor. Pete Melia. And Jamie Klein.
Beautiful tits.
Yes, all of that. All right, so today we're planning on talking about everything Oscars, but more specifically, past Oscar snubs, our favorite movies that didn't win the ultimate prize and pissed us off royally. But before we get into that, I'll turn the spotlight over to Mr. Klein to introduce this week's Drive of the Week.
All right, we got the Drive of the Week here. This one is going out to one of our old friends, Marty Bradstreet. Marty and I were talking. He's a loyal listener and was talking about a great drive from The Thing, and I can't believe I forgot about this one. So this is from 1982's John Carpenter's The Thing.
I know you gentlemen have been through a lot, and when you find the time, I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch! Winter tied to this fucking couch! 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 Fucking couch! This fucking couch! Fucking couch! Fucking couch!
Well, what's he trying to say, though? What's he?
It's a little subtle for me.
You want to get him off that couch, all right?
Get him off that goddamn couch.
That's one of the drives that really exceeds expectations. You know, like you remember them,
Yes.
and you play it, and you're sort of disappointed that one lives up to the hype.
That one is. I always forget how great that drive is.
That's what
And
dreams are made of.
Yeah.
We were just talking.
Get that guy a love seat.
We were just talking before we went on the air about how it's great because he lulls you to sleep with that delivery, and then all of a sudden just whap with the fucking couch.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Jamie's vitamin water. That's
I am drinking vitamin water. It's a new year. I gotta defrig myself.
No. And also everybody's fighting the plague.
Oh. Yeah,
That's true too. Yeah, everyone's sicker as a dog, so I'm trying to stay away from that action.
has everyone been sick for the new year?
I have not so far. Knock on dick.
I have hepatitis.
Oh, good.
I'm
I'm
hoping.
obnoxious.
I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping to get hepatitis, I guess, just so I can fit in. So the Oscar nominations were announced today. Any initial surprises, disappointments, boys?
Not really.
I haven't even seen this year's list.
I know it sucks. As you
Yeah,
get older.
I printed it up if you want me to read it.
Well, I know, like, I've seen like headlines of who won. The only thing that really surprised me that I can tell from not reading the list is that they kind of snubbed Uncut Gems, which I thought was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that. No, you guys saw that? I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard great things.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's really surprisingly good. Like it doesn't even the commercial really doesn't do it justice.
So the Best Picture nominees, we'll just stick with the big ones here, is Ford versus Ferrari, which I don't know.
Before you say it, there's like 25 nominees this year, right?
9.
It seems like there's a lot. Yeah, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, which I really wanted to see. Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story.
You really want to see that one.
What? Little Women?
I said you really wanted to see that one.
Isn't that like a Lifetime series or whatever? Or that's about the midget?
It's a movie they have to remake every like 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, but I know that Carrie saw it. She came home like 7 for a week.
Really?
Oh,
like, yeah.
7 because it was so good, or she was that disappointed?
No, it was pretty depressing. Apparently, I don't know anything about it, but
I want to see Big Women.
you
Also,
can do that. You don't even need a reason.
Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, and that's it. There's a good amount.
Those are all expected.
With Oscars, like, is everything kind of drab and depressing? Is this?
Yeah, there's no real pick me up unless you want to call Jojo Rabbit because it's a kind of a satire. But
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I didn't think was ended on a high note. I thought.
Yeah, that wasn't depressing.
It ended on a high note considering what it changed, but I mean, it was generally pretty sad. I mean, you had careers ending and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't like as sad as some of the others, for sure.
It wasn't like the undying optimism of World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, speaking of which, the only surprise I had, now mind you, I have not seen this movie, but I was talking to Jamie about this before you guys called in.
Right.
The 1917, which I am absolutely dying to see. That's like the top of my list.
Agreed.
Supposedly, it's filmed so well that it looks like it's one continuous shot, but it didn't get nominated for editing, which kind of shocks me because if you have a film that's filmed that way and it's done so well that it's winning every other award at the moment, how that doesn't get an editing nomination kind of surprised me a little bit.
Well, people are stupid.
True. And Jamie said something, and I agree. As much as I like Thelma Schoonmaker, The Irishman I thought was kind of edited kind of shitty.
It was edited shitty, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was, and I don't know if it got nominated.
It's not nominated.
It did not.
Oh,
it did not.
Because that was really edited bad.
Yeah, it's Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite are the ones for editing. So I don't know. That one is the only one when I saw it, I was like, it doesn't make any sense.
So 1917 did get nominated for cinematography.
Yeah,
exactly. Like it's nominated for literally everything it could be nominated for, except for Best Actress or Supporting, because there's no women.
Well, wait a minute.
I don't think it's nominated actor.
If it's one continuous shot, how could it be edited?
He got you there. He got you there.
Maybe it fooled the committee. Maybe it.
It was so good.
It was such a good job that they thought it was one shot.
Yeah. Like, oh, this doesn't need it.
This movie only took 2 hours to film.
It's like
that's some preparation.
It's like what probably sitting there with fucking their snotty asses saying, "What fucking amateurs? Only one camera."
What's the rabbit movie? I don't even know anything about it.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a comedy, right, Keith?
Well, it's a satire. It's like it's weird. I don't really know how to explain it other than it's the softer side of Adolf Hitler. It's weird.
No, it's about a little boy. Yeah. It's a little boy who's in like the Nazi training for little kids. What do they call that? The junior Nazis or whatever. Nazi youth. And his imaginary friend is like a goofy Adolf Hitler.
Right.
And it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's supposed to have some dramatic parts to it.
But he's also like he has a little Jewish girl that he's hiding at the same time.
Yeah,
that he's friends with.
The synopsis I have in front of me is: during World War II, a lonely German boy's world is turned upside down when he discovers his single mother is hiding a young Jewish girl in their attic. Aided only by his idiotic imaginary friend Adolf Hitler, Jojo must confront his blind nationalism.
So it's like Hitler is like a hallucination, like he's like imagining him because he's like his hero or something.
Right, but he's like really goofy, like not like the Adolf Hitler.
That's like my totally uneducated take would be like how you think adults might be when you're a child.
Oh, okay.
Other than your parents.
Do you know how awesome that movie would sound if they replaced?
I did too.
How awesome that movie would sound if they replaced hiding with banging.
Jeez. It's food for thought.
Oh my God, Steve! It took me a
I'm just
second.
saying.
It took me a second to really think about. Did you really go there? Yes, you did.
Imagine how exciting the movie would be if it was called JoJo Chino.
Who shot all the Nazis? Chino.
Oh,
Jojo Rabbit, Your Life is Calling.
oh my God.
Chino.
Zay.
Anyway, back to business.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna start.
Inside jokes.
I'm gonna start with the inside joke alarms.
All right, there you go.
Inside joke. Shut it down. Shut that bitch down.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but as far as all of the Ronnie King, all the
What the fuck?
Ronnie King. Pete doesn't believe it exists.
Why does the... I'm lost.
I think we lost Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie's gone. Jamie's done.
Jamie's gonna need a minute.
Oh my God!
Wait, did you say Rodney or Ron?
Ronnie King.
Yeah, Ryan King was off the internal inside joke.
Jamie's got to walk away from his microphone. Jamie has gotten up away from his desk.
Well,
and
they were both my best friends growing up, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
he's now out of
Very
shot.
different upbringings.
Okay. He's back.
It's like- Get back to the Oscars. There was nothing surprising in any of these at all. Like I expected everything. Like nothing really surprised me.
Really? I thought Dolomite Is My Name should have been nominated.
I never saw that.
Oh, it's excellent.
And Uncut
Eddie
Gems.
Murphy should have been nominated.
Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't have been nominated. I'm just not surprised they weren't.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you think, or why weren't you surprised that Uncut Gems? Or you haven't seen
Because there are two things. Most of the people who do the nominations for the Oscars are kind of snobby douchebags. So you have Adam Sandler, who you know they hate because the majority of his movies are shit, and an Eddie Murphy movie where he dresses up. So they probably poo-pooed the two of those like without even thinking.
Steve said poo-poo.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one too? There was another one.
Jamie, your mic's popping.
Mine
God
is.
damn it.
Somebody.
There were those two movies, and then there was a third one. But once again, I wasn't surprised it didn't get nominated. I can't.
The Pope thing wasn't nominated a lot, was it, or was it?
Yeah, it was.
It got a best actor. Oh, The Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, that got trunked.
That got really trucked. They got a cinematography nominee, and I think that's it.
What was the
Yeah, I
last?
thought
Is that where the
nominated.
popes were hanging out? Or?
No, that's the child section of On Mar. But yeah,
I
the
stand
Lighthouse only got that one.
Yeah,
It only got the cinematography, which I haven't seen that one either. But a lot of people I know have, and they say it's ridiculously good.
Yeah,
You can tell I have two kids because I don't know that movie either. I don't. I never heard of that one either.
It's Defoe and that Robert Pattinson guy who's gonna be Batman. It's
Oh yeah.
it's a black and white film that takes place at it's supposed to be like a psychological horror movie. That's, I mean, it looks great. It's definitely on my list to see.
Yeah, it was only playing at the Music Box in here in Chicago. That was it.
Yeah,
I love that theater.
Me too.
and it was only playing in Defoe's box here, so it was
Jesus.
it's tough to get in there.
All right.
Speaking of box,
so-
Scarlett Johansson got nominated for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress.
For which one? The Marriage Story?
Endgame.
No, she Endgame. No, she was in that. Yeah, that's right. No, she was in Jojo Rabbit, Your Life is Calling, or whatever it's called,
Just Jojo
and
Rabbit.
Also in Marriage Story.
I hear that's really good.
It's
My mom saw it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that's
See,
on
the worst
Netflix,
part
right?
though is that the good chance she's going to lose both, so she's going to be a double loser on. Like that sucks.
I think she'll find a way to go on.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think okay.
With her like $150 billion.
Yeah, and her good looks and ample breasts.
Ample, very ample.
Never noticed.
I mean, the last time
working against her.
the last time I saw a double nomination like that, I think was Jamie Foxx. He was Best Actor for Ray and Supporting Actor for Collateral.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, good point.
I think that's the last time I saw it because I haven't seen that. When I saw she got double nominated, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, I don't know if he got double nominated, but Nicholson did Few Good Men and Hoffa in the same year, I think.
Yeah, he didn't get nominated for Hoffa though.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Just Few Good Men.
Oh, I know. Shocking.
Well, there we go.
They were intimidated.
Marriage Story was cleaning up. I mean, Adam Driver got nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah,
So
Laura
we talked
Dern.
about Laura Dern.
And Laura Dern's probably going to win.
Yeah, probably. She's due.
Yeah, she's probably going to win.
She doesn't get eaten by a dinosaur or anything.
But the Marriage Story won't win Best Picture because it didn't get nominated Best Director.
Oh, that's the science?
It not always. It usually is, but it's not always. But
yeah, whoever gets Best Director, usually gets the Best Picture.
So a couple minutes ago,
let's talk about Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, well, a couple minutes ago,
I don't want to talk about that.
Mike made the comment because people are stupid, which leads us into the main topic of this podcast. 15 minutes into it,
Joseph Best
was what are some of your favorite movies that you desperately wanted to win, but ended up getting screwed in the end?
Smoking the Bandit Part 3.
Can I point out something that I'm looking at the Best Picture winners, and the movies of 1995 when Braveheart won were so bad that The Postman was nominated for Best Picture.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was.
I didn't. I
serious?
did not remember that. That movie was so fucking bad.
No, wait.
It was
is that the what? What's
the
that
Kevin
movie?
Costner one. That's the Kevin Costner one.
Yeah,
That's
the
Postman.
post-apocalypse Kevin Costner
No,
turd.
but
I'm
wait
pretty
a minute,
sure,
wait a
isn't
minute, wait a minute. No, but wait a minute. There's a in parentheses is a subtitle after it. Are you sure?
Oh no,
I don't know.
No, it's
Think of Il Postino, Steve.
Yeah, Il Postino.
Oh, why didn't they put that
geez.
then?
Like,
The Postman got nominated.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking ridiculous.
Il
I was
Postino.
going to say, like, the Tom Petty cameo is the only thing I remember from that.
Oh, that Tom Petty cameo was awful.
It's funny
Okay.
you say that because, generally speaking, the '90s hardly ever did my film win. Like
Yes.
Braveheart was a very weak year, but like everything around it, like if you look at the first part of the '90s.
Well, the number one for me, for most disgusting, never been more mad in my life, was 1994 because
Yeah.
Forrest Gump won, Pulp Fiction lost. So Forrest Gump won. The other nominated was Four Weddings and a Funeral. I saw sucked. Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show, and The Shawshank Redemption. All three of them 1,000 times better than Forrest Gump.
Listen, at the time I liked Forrest Gump better, and I'll tell you, I did like the movie, and obviously in hindsight and everything and the impact it's had on me, Pulp Fiction obviously has had the most impact. But when you look at the time, like they still weren't nominating smaller films like for a long time.
And
They had
to go with that, I think another film that should have been nominated that was better than both Four Weddings and Forrest Gump was Ed Wood was also that year.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that movie was phenomenal.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Me too. I love that movie. But yeah,
That's
so
a
that
great
year
year.
was,
Think about that. That's a good year.
oh yeah.
It's a really good year. But I mean, you think about it as like everything that came after that, the impact, the impact you say like all this stuff came from Pulp Fiction, but I like to think of it that there was a movement happening. There was a change happening in how movies were happening. This is when they started developing the rule where all the studios started buying independents and they started making films that were under $10 million or over like 90.
The rise of
And
Miramax.
Rise of Miramax. So I like to think of it less like Pulp Fiction, although it did influence things. I think it was just like, it was at the cusp of what was coming in that period. And I think that when Forrest Gump wins, that's the representation of what was already there. And all those other films and all the films that came after it for the next decade were representation of the films that lost.
That makes sense.
To me, anyway, that's my opinion. That's just the way I look at it. Because if you look at the 90s, I went back, not just the Oscar winners. I think that, oddly, some of my favorite movies came out of that decade. Oddly. Because it was like, and I'm not talking about like the classics, like Raiders Lost Ark and everything, but like just movies like an Ed Wood, like just various movies I saw that I just would love to watch over and over again. So I
How
feel
about
like
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas was sort of. Goodfellas is not in that category because Goodfellas is. Oh, are we moving on to the other year? I'm sorry. Goodfellas.
Well,
is
no,
like
you mentioned '90s and movies that got shunned.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to go back to that because that's a sore spot for me that year. But I just wanted to make the point that Goodfellas probably isn't part of what I just said because basically that's an extension of an already established Scorsese way of making a film. Anyway, but yeah, that year was very disappointing.
Which one? 1990.
When Goodfellas lost, so I believe it was
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves, Awakenings, Ghost, and The Godfather Part 3 were the
Oh,
nominees.
that sucked too.
Yeah, I mean, you see, like Dances with Wolves is like an epic film, but all those movies, like almost all those movies, I'd rather watch than Dances with Wolves.
Exactly.
I wandered into the wrong theater and I saw Dirty Dances with Wolves. It was very different.
Oh,
It sounds like you walked into the right theater.
She pulled his Tatanka. I'm also looking at the year. Now, mind you, I am an infamous Titanic hater because I think the acting and writing in that movie is horrendous.
That's why you should be.
That movie beat As Good as It Gets and LA Confidential. Like, both of those movies were so good.
I think Titanic.
And I'm sorry, I know I'll get shit for this, but Good Will Hunting too.
Oh yeah, Good. Exactly. I forgot that's there too.
I'm not.
I still never saw Titanic.
It's horrible. The acting is so laughingly bad.
Titanic got
Between
a big fucking pass because of the special effects.
Between Titanic and Schindler's List, it's like the Burdick Family Christmas. That's what we would watch. We would if there was a bad
Schindler's List.
If there was a depressing movie
family
to watch,
Christmas.
If there was a depressing movie to watch, the Burdicks watched it on Christmas. And if you wonder, if anyone ever wonders why I hate that holiday with a passion, it all comes back to that.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I give you that.
So wait a second.
I'll agree with that.
The perfect Burdick Family Christmas would be a bunch of Jews dying on a boat.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! Like
Apparently.
just the idea of watching freaking Schindler's List on Christmas, was that before or after Russian roulette?
what?
It was so morbid.
Aikman's hat? What?
Never mind. It was just a morbid idea. Yeah. There's somebody.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the reference. What do you mean?
Meaning, like, that's such a depressing movie.
Oh, you mean we do eggnog. I get what you're saying. We do eggnog, and then we would do the Russian roulette,
and
then
if
watch
we
didn't
it.
all die.
Yeah, all right. Six years later, here we are at the punchline. All right.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Annie.
So how about everybody else? Disappointing Oscar moments.
Me personally, driving Miss Daisy beating Field of Dreams in '89.
Oh yeah.
Not just Field of Dreams. I think there was other ones too.
Well, Born on the 4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
And Dead
Poets
Poets
Society.
And My Left Foot.
I never saw My Left Foot, but
I never saw that either.
And nobody did. I didn't either. But the silence after I said it was
My
fantastic.
Left Foot, dead silence.
I can tell you we rented it a lot at Blockbuster.
I bet you did.
My right nut.
Jesus Christ.
That was in the back room at Blockbuster.
Sorry, Daniel Gum Lewis.
That's where Diana hanged out.
In all honesty, my least favorite Oscar moment ever is there was this time I wanted to watch this Gene Kelly introspective they were doing, and a bunch of jackets.
Oh my God!
Were screaming during it, and it kind of ruined my life that year. So I'm just
Yes.
So look at the nominees for 2009: The Hurt Locker, Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, An Education, Inglourious Bastards, Precious, based on the novel Push, A Serious Man, Up, the Pixar movie, and Up in the Air. Those were your Best Picture nominees for 2009.
Jesus Christ.
There's a few good ones on there.
Like District 9 is good.
Yeah, District 9 is good.
Glorious Bastard. I loved the Disney movie Up. Just the beginning was so depressing.
Oh my God.
It's great. No, I'd say that's a good movie.
the fucking Hurt Locker though? Best Picture? I don't know.
I thought
Well, she won Best Director. What's her face?
Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah.
No, wait. Can we stop this a second, Jamie? Did you just say you liked a Pixar movie?
I did. I liked Up. I actually saw that one.
I did.
I
What the hell is
did. I saw Buddy Cat. I saw it in 3D actually in the theater. I thought I was seeing Russ Meyer's Up, but I ended up enjoying it regardless.
All right.
It seems like as the years go on, like the field has gotten bigger. There's been more nominees, and it's only so they can let in more crap. So like 2000,
That's true, but they also make more movies.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that. 2010, The King's Speech, which won, 127 Hours, Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception. All of those were solid movies.
Inception is great.
The kids are all right.
What? I liked Inception when I saw it, but I can't stand it now.
The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, and Winter's Bone. Man.
See, The Social Network, that one I liked at first, but I don't know about you guys. I cannot stand Jesse Eisenberg for fucking. I want to punch him in the face every time I see him on the screen. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know if it was the Superman movie where he was playing Lex Luthor and just turned him into a little whiny bitch, but.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that take.
It's fun in Zombieland.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey Pete, what do you think?
I think I represent the portion of the audience that probably watches, one or two films a year, if that. So, I'm just sitting here waiting for some snarky comments, mostly.
I'm sorry to call you out. I just hadn't heard you in a while.
No, it's good. Like I know surprisingly little about this stuff. Like I would probably blow your minds with how little I know about film. Like it's incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What about Russ Meyer's Up?
Beer.
That wasn't happening? Oh, come on.
Should have been.
Fucking hands off, Ray.
Right. Everyone in the audience is like, what the fuck are they talking?
Yeah, they were engaged, but now they're just out of it.
Yeah. I believe that's every podcast, though.
Yeah.
So here on Wikipedia, maybe we can digress here. A list of the worst movies of the decades.
Worst films.
So the 2000s. We'll start in the 80s because why not? Heaven's Gate, Inchon, Tarzan the Ape Man.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Mommy Dearest.
That's a fun.
The Man Who Saved the World.
Mommy Dearest was another Bird at Christmas movie.
Oh my god. Jesus. The Lonely Lady, Bolero, Howard the Duck, Ishtar, Nuki, Superman 4, The Garbage Pail Kids movie, Leonard Part 6, which was awful.
Molester Cosby.
Hobgoblins, Mac and Me, and Things.
I agree wholeheartedly with it.
Have you guys seen any of the trailers from a movie that came out this year called The Fanatic with John Travolta?
Oh God, yes.
That might be number one on that list.
That looks awful. Holy shit.
He plays like a mentally challenged guy, and he's got this awful wig on, and he walks around talking like he has to poop. He's like, I gotta go poop.
What the hell is that?
Hey, now it sounds good. What are you talking about?
It's like if one of us was got drunk and decided to start making fun of mentally challenged people. That's how his performance looks.
That's what I was gonna say. That just sounds like Jamie in English class in 11:30.
It looks so bad. If you get a chance, look up the trailer for it, The Fanatic. It is hysterically bad.
Did you guys see Gotti, the John Travolta movie Gotti?
No,
I did.
That's horrible too.
I tried to watch it. I didn't make it all the way through.
Oh, I made it through. I did make it through all the way. It's not good.
It's pretty damn bad.
Seriously, what happened to him after he had his little renaissance after Pulp Fiction? He made some good movies. Like I actually I like his performance in Get Shorty more than Pulp Fiction, actually.
Oh, it's great in Get Shorty. That's a great
But then
movie.
it just like after like 5 years of have success, he just went right back into the shitter.
You know what it was, Steve? It was Battlefield Earth. After
Yeah.
that, after that,
Yeah.
it
I
was
think
all
that's
down.
the turning point.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
else
you're right.
it is? People are stupid.
Well, and there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good transition.
In case you didn't know,
I like Face Off.
Yeah, Face Off was good.
it was like after the '90s is when it all went downhill for him again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like
Well-
he wanted to go make another Boy in the Bubble movie or something.
Oh my God! If he made a sequel to that, oh, that'd be the greatest movie ever made.
The Man in the Bubble.
The Cult in a Bubble.
So we've already gone through the worst, I guess, and so who are you like? For me, like I'm not even gonna watch the Oscars. We talked about this with the Golden Globes last week a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm not watching him.
It's like it's pointless to me.
Yeah, to me it's so sad because I used to love watching the Oscars.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
I think I mentioned it before. It was like a celebration of movies. I used to love to do it, and it's such a hard thing to do now. It's just so stupid.
Yeah,
I can't.
It really
You know,
is.
one of my favorite Oscar moments. Mike Burdick had to drive me home because I was fucking shit-faced drunk and I almost puked in the car.
That was in Chicago.
Remember that? Right? That was in Chicago.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings. You were so excited.
I had to start singing songs, and you would sing with me to stop me from puking. And I didn't puke. Thank you.
Oh, Sue.
Yeah, because it was on. We were at a party on the north side.
Yeah.
And I had to drive you all the way down to your place in the South Loop. Yep.
Oh my god. I think that was the year. Was it Halle Berry won or Adrian Brody won? One of them, they hugged each other or kissed each other.
Adrian
can
Brody
tell
won
you
and kissed her.
Okay, for the
Tell you that
piano.
was the
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings nonsense.
Or pianist or something like that.
Wait, Mike,
Pianist, whatever. Penis.
Mike, are you Mike? Are you anti Lord of the Rings too?
Oh my God! If there
Mike
was any,
loves Lord of the Rings.
if there was anything I could ever stop from happening in this life, if I could go back and burn that book before it went to press and stop this god awful trilogy from being made.
So that was
never.
If there was any way that I could lock baby Peter Jackson in a box and just leave him out in the desert. If there's, I kind of don't like it.
So that was the 2002 Oscar. Chicago won, beating out Gangs of New York, The Hours, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and The Pianist.
Yep.
So that was the year Jamie almost puked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, then the 2000 Oscars, I did puke on that one. I literally did. I puked in this kid's kitchen sink, and that night I ate hot dogs. I guess I puked up all these hot dogs. It was really gross.
That's awesome.
Oh, I did that.
It
before.
was
That's
right
not fun.
after Bob Dylan sang that song from Wonder Boys.
Okay.
I remember it. I puked, and I remember even saying, "Who won Best Picture?" And someone goes, "Gladiator." I was like, "Okay."
Okay, so I know this is Jamie's not gonna like this, but this year
No.
I'm definitely pulling for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was my favorite movie this year.
Wasn't.
Yep.
I still haven't
I'm
seen
going
that.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker is my favorite
Yeah, Joker.
from what I've seen this year.
I like Joker. That was a good movie.
Yeah, but that's on a
I've
on a VHS tape under your bed.
I've seen one movie this year.
Which
What was that?
You saw Star Wars.
It was I saw two. You're right. I saw Star Wars and I saw The Irishman. I hope The Irishman doesn't win.
Because you just don't want to encourage it.
I think
I
that's the
really
same
don't. No,
I think that's the same thing.
I've given that movie a little more thought, and my disappointment has only grown. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you.
You know, for some reason,
I would never see it again. Like, I just, I don't know.
the lasting image I have of that movie, for some reason, is De Niro when he's trying to beat the shit out of that guy on the street and just he looks so old.
That's the
and
worst scene in the
decrepit.
movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. My immersion was snapped somewhere around there, and it just never came back. I don't know.
Well, there was a video online. Some kid got a free editing software and redid the de-aging, and it looks better. and it was a kid with
really?
a free software. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
like he did some touching up, and it looks like 1,000 times better than what it did in the movie.
Maybe they submitted that to the Oscars.
Possibly.
All right. So I'm going to open.
I got to tell you, it's really a sign of this. I mean, like Netflix is just like, I know The Irishman ended up on Netflix, but it was started on the screen. Netflix is just doing, and streaming in general is doing a better job than movies are.
Yeah, better quality.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you get engrossed in the story more. It's just a better put together thing now.
Well, and
I agree.
You can't tell me that the cost of going to the movies isn't part of it. You know what I mean? If you got if you're like us with families and responsibilities and bills, like freaking $40 to go see a movie is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's
Oh my
definitely.
God! I was $110 light after Star Wars. I mean,
Jesus.
oh shit!
Well,
like all said and done.
You did go and have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Well, like right now, I have
This is true.
I got a big flat screen HD TV, and tonight I saw online you can get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Joker for $12.99.
Oh,
Ooh, where are you getting that from?
On Xbox. They have a sale right now
Get the hell
in their
out.
store. So it's like you can get those movies for $12.99. You have a full HD TV. They just came out on video like a month ago, or at least Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's like, why go out and spend $75 when you can just be at home? I can take a dump when I need to.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? If you're an avid moviegoer, though, and maybe the last 10 minutes doesn't advocate that, but you can get that movie pass now, right? It's like
no, that stopped. I thought.
Oh, they
I
did.
thought they stopped that. Yeah, they killed
that was a good deal.
Yeah,
It was.
They
It was
lost
too
money.
good a deal. That's why.
They lost money hand over fist.
Yeah.
You know what I do is I go to movies at like 9 a.m. Get them half price.
There you go.
But,
Can't do that though. I can't
I'll
get that early.
wait till my kids are older. I'll do that shit.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to open Pandora's box here, and I know we're going to run a little bit over.
Oh,
Pandora's box.
That's a bitch box.
While we're talking about movies, we as a group back in the day, and I think we can do this without making this all inside jokes. What is your best memory of an experience in the movie theater?
You mean? No, wait. When you say that, are we talking about art, like what we did, or are we talking about like seeing a movie that you remember?
It may not have anything to do with what was on the screen. What was the best memory you have of going to the movies?
That's easy for me. Mine was Bruno, seeing it with Jamie and Michelle, because Jamie and I were laughing so hard, and that movie pissed off Michelle, and she got so. Every time we laughed, she got madder at us, and we were crying. We were laughing so hard.
That movie.
She was so mad at us when we left. She goes, "I can't believe you guys laughed that much."
Oh yeah.
Die.
In the car ride home, just hearing about, I can't believe you would take me to that movie. That was, and it didn't help that we thought it was like the funniest movie ever, and we kept laughing our asses off at it.
That was, I gotta say, that was maybe the most I've ever laughed in a movie, seeing it for the first time. And just making her mad made it even funnier. And I love Michelle to death.
I've never seen the movie, but that sounds hysterical.
Oh my god, it was insane. I loved it.
All right, what about you guys?
Well, not everybody. Don't everybody talk at once here. I'll tell you, my favorite one is Mulholland Falls. Because we had a large group. We were sitting in 2 rows. We had buffer seats for all the guys, so that no one thought any kind of hanky panky was going on. And all of a sudden, I hear Jamie's sitting with the group behind me, and all of a sudden, I hear all the people trying to hold in their laughter and snickering, people just dying, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. And the movie's bad, and I just turn around and look at me, and there's Jamie sitting in his underwear with his pasty white thighs showing and his jeans neatly folded on the seat next to him, and he just looks at me with this dead ass stare on his face, like, what's the big deal? Like,
that was so goddamn terrible. I had to do something.
Oh my god!
See, what's funnier though, Keith, is it wasn't just you sitting there.
What?
It was you and Christy. So you were your girlfriend
Jesus.
at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
That always made the situation better.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Thank God she was so understanding.
Yep.
She saw the climb.
That and probably Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, that's a great one. That is a good one.
There was just people jumping over other people in seats.
It was during a blizzard. It was a snowstorm outside, and nobody was in this theater. And this movie we thought was going to be hilarious. It was halfway through, like, oh, this is fucking terrible. This sucks. And we just started going ape shit in that movie theater. One of my favorite ones is going to see The Green Mile. And I remember taking my shoe off and taking my foot and leaning all the way over and putting it right by this old lady's face.
My God.
And because she told me to shut up. And some stupid joke in the movie, and I started mocking it, and she turned around and said, "Jesus, will you shut up?" And I started laughing more. I took my shoe off, my sock right against this bitch's face.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was never smart to antagonize the Klein. Never, ever smart.
I remember when you got us those passes to see Independence Day, and we were sitting there and we hated that movie, and we were making fun of it. And this woman turns around and looks at us and goes, "Would you want me to get the manager?" And I said to her, "Will he stop it?"
I remember that. How about you?
I don't even remember us fucking around during that. I think I was like shocked that it was so shitty.
But we were just like everything like that happened on screen that we didn't like. We were like,
Oh God, it's funny as hell.
So Mike and Pete, what were your guys?
I'm going to throw a weird one out, just because it's the first thing that popped into my head. But like, believe it or not, I got passes to go see Frozen, and I took my oldest son Jack to see it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long time ago when it first came out, and it was at the Eastman Theater. They were running it for whatever reason. We went in there, we were watching. I wasn't watching. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really want to go, but for whatever reason, at some point during the movie, the whole climate of the theater just broke down, and it wasn't like people sitting in a movie and passively watching a movie. It was everybody on their feet and screaming and cheering and running around, and it was complete chaos. But it was so much fun. The kids were. I went with a group of kids and stuff, other kids and families, and the kids were just having an absolute riot in the theater, and no one was doing anything about it. Like, I mean, a full-blown riot. Kids like standing on chairs and cheering and popcorn flying through the air. It was madness. I was loving every second of it. I was loving it. Oh, it was great. Anytime I can encourage anarchy, I'm going to do it. So.
as you should.
Good.
Mike, you're the last one.
Actually, I have two. One of them, I can't give you the specifics that you got. I usually have a pretty good memory, but I can't remember like specifics because it was just that zick. But like, we went and saw. I think Keith and I drove back from Cortland, and then we went and saw Sudden Death.
Oh yes.
Oh my God!
In a snowstorm once again.
Yeah. And I feel like there was food being thrown.
That was Jamie's birthday.
Yeah, it was my birthday.
Yeah.
There was literally rolling in the aisles. I think there was slamming into the walls. I think that pants might have come down.
Well,
and that movie, we're like running around the theater and like we're just trying. It was like the movie was so bad that we just spent the entire time seeing who could make the others laugh the most with like the most ridiculous stuff. And I can't even remember it, but it was just 2 hours of absolute insanity.
That night lives in infamy because Marty and Adam talked through the whole thing too.
Well, no, but that must have been the first half hour because once we hit after that, I think everybody just let loose.
Yeah, we didn't give a shit.
It went nuts, and then, like we're hitting chairs in front of us. It was like absolute anarchy. And the second one, Help me out. When in the year did Saving Private Ryan come out?
1995.
Yeah.
No, when in the year? Was it winter? Was it
July?
Oh, okay. Then it wasn't a Burdick family Christmas, but the Burdicks did go for a holiday to see Saving Private Ryan to the Webster movie theater. And at one of the parts where, like early on, I don't remember if it was still on the shore or if it was like just rain or something in the movie, something was going on. And all of a sudden I look over next to me, I'm on the end, and water is literally coming down like a stream down the aisle.
Zoo.
I don't know whether a pipe burst or what the hell happened, or there was a leak in I don't know what happened, but there was literally water. It was like they had to stop the movie, and they had it was coming down. But for a while, until they stop it, you're watching this movie, and you're like, man, that water really is realistic.
The surround sounds amazing.
I look over and I'm in Normandy or wherever the hell.
It's a World War II vet's colostomy bag.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And there you go.
And
that's that.
And
okay.
There's the line. There's
now,
the
Dana,
line.
you see it cross that line.
I got to.
Wait, you got one, Steve? Go ahead.
I just got a quick honorable mention, and this is a Mike Burdick one of my favorites of all time. And it wasn't even that big and splashy. It was when we all went to see The Fifth Element.
Splashy.
At the very end, when Bruce Willis was about to tell the girl that he loves her, Mike just kept saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." And when he said he loved her, he got up and just walked away.
Oh no, dude, that was Jerry Maguire. You, me, and Mike went and saw Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
was that Jerry Maguire?
It was Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
And when they,
I'm pretty sure it was Fifth Element.
Well, no, and when they bang,
Fifth Element. Go ahead.
And when they bang, and the two sisters are talking in the kitchen, and she goes, "I love him," and blah, 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 and she starts blabbering. Mike fell out of his seat into the aisle, got up, and walked out of the theater. And
I remember that.
There was 3 women behind us. They just started laughing.
I remember walking out of 4 movies in my life. One was Jerry Maguire. One was The Fifth Element. One was one of the Ernest movies. No, Shag. And the other one, the fourth one was Big Daddy because they played. Who was it? Covered it?
Sheryl Crow.
It was the Guns N' Roses cover by
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sheryl Crow covered Sweet Child of Mine.
Yep.
And I can't abide that kind of thing.
If I just got up and walk out, I'm like, I should probably do that too.
I got to tell you, I feel like a better person for it.
I did rip off an armrest and threw it at the movie screen once.
Oh, then that's good. Stop it.
All right, then, folks, that's it for episode 7. Hit us up on the socials. F that noise. Go to trashmanmedia.com.
That's pretty much it.
I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch!